Welcome to the second part of our video series on abstract art. Today we will present a recent and chronological anthology of the canon of abstract art, showcasing a selection of 20 highly influential abstract artists in the world. A groundbreaking pioneer of abstract art, Hilma Af Klint created paintings that have found a wide audience since being repopularized in the 21st century. Af Klint achieved fame long after them, in part because she wanted her works kept private until after her death. Often monumental, as exemplified by her striking series The 10 Largest, Af Klint's paintings are filled with biomorphic and geometric forms that translate her understanding of an unseen but palpable spiritual world. Wassily Kandinsky pioneered abstract painting in the early 20th century. He believed that geometric forms, lines, and colors could express the inner life of the artist, a theory quite evident in his own explosive paintings, which were often inspired by music. Piet Mondriaan is famous for his abstract geometric paintings and his contributions to the style movement in the early 20th century. The painter developed a pared-down aesthetic scheme that featured squares and rectangles of only black, white, and primary colors, all separated by strictly straight lines. Mondriaan's work proved to be enormously influential in the development of 20th century styles and movements such as color field painting, abstract expressionism, and minimalism. Painter Kazimir Malevich made pioneering geometric abstractions that embraced art as a pure object, free of social and political context, concerned only with issues such as line, shape, and color. Malevich's rigorous, formal, and conceptual approach to painting was instrumental in establishing suprematism, a defining modernist art movement that situated simple forms such as squares and triangles into monochromatic fields. Josef Albers was a legendary teacher and color theorist. The artist is best known for his iconic homage to the Square series from 1949 to 1976, which features nested squares of varying colors and explores how different juxtapositions of form and hue affect viewers' perceptions and emotions. Lucio Fontana is famous for his slashed and punctured canvases. Throughout all his work, which included paintings, ceramic sculptures, and light-based installations, the artist demonstrated a relentless interest in surface and dimensionality. His material exploration helped blur the boundaries between two-dimensional and three-dimensional disciplines. Fontana helped pioneer the spatialist movement, which attempted to integrate the fourth dimension into visual art. Mark Rothko's abstract paintings are some of the most iconic artworks of the 20th century. An exquisite colorist, Rothko became famous for enigmatic canvases filled with rectangular fields hovering against brushy backdrops. He was deeply inspired by mythology and art history and wanted to create a sense of emotive, metaphysical communion with his viewers. A first-generation abstract expressionist, Willem De Kooning is one of the most important artists of the 20th century. In 1950s New York, when painters such as Jackson Pollock and Franz Kline were moving toward pure abstraction, De Kooning developed a signature style that fused vivid color and aggressive paint handling with deconstructed images of the female form, a then controversial body of work that has become known as his Women series. In his later years, De Kooning abandoned the figure, embracing lyrical abstraction and more discrete references to the body, paving the way for generations of gestural painters. An originator of abstract expressionism, Barnett Newman changed the course of 20th century American painting. Newman's monumental color field paintings consist of rectangles of rich, often mono or bichromatic color that when viewed from close proximity are meant to confer a powerful spiritual experience and encounter with the sublime. Newman's signature zip paintings, the artist's term for paintings with a narrow vertical stripe dividing planes of color, provide each painting with an architectural frame, such as his iconic work, Vir Heroicus Sublimis, from 1950-1951. Franz Kline's large-scale canvases, which feature muscular calligraphic bolts of black paint over white fields, have become icons of mid-20th century abstract expressionism. Kline helped pioneer the movement alongside artists including Jackson Pollock, Willem De Kooning, and Joan Mitchell. Before Kline solidified his trademark style, he made smaller-scale studies. But after seeing one of them projected onto a wall at De Kooning studio, he realized his compositions were suited to grander proportions. Jackson Pollock was a true titan of abstract expressionism and one of the most famous American artists of the 20th century. He pioneered an acrobatic process which produced large-scale, gestural, all-over drip paintings, or better known as action paintings. Agnes Martin's intricate fine-lined grids, bands and blocks of muted color convey the artist's lifelong search for serenity and sublime beauty. The late painter drew her singular style from influences that range from abstract expressionism and minimalism to Zen Buddhism and American transcendentalism. Painter Ellsworth Kelly emphasized pure form, color, and spatial unity, in a practice majorly influenced by pop art, minimalism, and hard edge and color field painting, along with the development of American abstraction at large. His spare, often irregularly shaped canvases offered a crucial departure from the gestural abstraction that dominated American painting in the middle of the 20th century. Painter Kenneth Noland helped pioneer color field painting, alongside Ellsworth Kelly, Morris Louis, and Sam Gilliam. His works often feature shaped canvases, bold blocks of color, and simple patterns of chevrons, stripes, and bullseyes. Noland pushed American abstract painting beyond the boundaries of abstract expressionism. Instead of focusing on gestures and energetic lines, he conducted a more conceptual experiment with color, form, and pared-back compositions that espoused flatness and a minimalist sensibility. François Morellet embraced impersonal geometric forms and a sense of detachment throughout his multidisciplinary practice. Grids and patterns pervade his oeuvre. He made paintings, sculptures, neon works, and installations underpinned by an appreciation for system-based approaches to art making. Helen Frankenthaler, an integral member of the so-called second wave of abstract expressionists, is lauded for her material experimentation. Across her lush canvases, she developed her signature soak-stain technique, in which she applied washes of thin paint to unprimed canvas. This strategy created vivid, apparently flowing blocks of color and exerted a strong influence on color field painters such as Morris Louis and Kenneth Noland. Cy Twombly's idiosyncratic style incorporated expressive drips, frenetic scribbles, and gestural calligraphic line work into lyrical abstraction. The artist drew on a wide array of influences, ranging from the bold brushwork of Willem De Kooning and Franz Kline to dada cut-ups and scientific illustration. His mark-making hovered between associative notation and romantic symbolism. Bridget Riley's intricate stylish geometric abstractions helped pioneer the op art movement in the 1960s. The British painter arrayed colorful shapes across her canvases in a way that induced the appearance of vibration or movement. Such optical effects gave op art its name. Though Riley created some black and white canvases early in her career, she is better known for compositions that feature jubilant hues. Gerhard Richter is known for his prolific, varied and widely influential painting practice. He has explored the intersection of photography and painting, making figurative canvases based on found images and abstraction that incorporate visual effects of photography, as no other artist has ever done before. Gerhard Richter moves so smoothly between naturalistic representation and pure abstraction. Frank Stella is considered one of the most influential American artists of the post-war generation. Throughout the late 1950s and early 1960s, he helped painting beyond abstract expressionism and towards minimalism. Stella's output has evolved from black and white striped paintings, which he created at the start of his career, to the irregularly shaped canvases of his bold 1970s works. Stella cemented his place in art history in 1970 when, at the age of 33, he became the youngest artist to ever mount a retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art. If this recital of different abstract art movements confuses you, make sure to stay tuned for the next video of our Abstract Art Explained series. I very much look forward to answering your questions and suggested artists in the comments, so chat very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Feel free to watch the previous video of this series, What is Abstract Art Next? Support us on Patreon and please consider subscribing to stay posted for more contemporary art. Bye.